Hello and welcome to Apprentice Effects, the show that keeps you up to date on everything in and around Milford. I'm your host, Erin Shaughnessy, here with an update for the week of January 9th. This is an important message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Protect yourself from frostbite. When outdoors, wear warm clothing such as hats, gloves, and jackets. Avoid staying outside unprotected for long periods of time. At the first signs of skin redness or pain, get out of the cold and protect any exposed skin. Watch for skin that has turned white or grayish and feels firm, waxy, or numb. Seek immediate medical attention if you have any of these symptoms. To learn more, call 1-800-CDC-INFO.
Hello, I'm Kevin. On the fourth Tuesday of each month at the Max, the New Milford Substance Abuse Prevention Council will be presenting a parent support group for parents or other adults concerned about their young person's drug or alcohol use. Join us to get information and support in a non-judgmental environment. The next group will be meeting on January 27th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Please let us know that you're coming by contacting the New Milford Youth Agency via confidential email at laurayouth.org or call the New Milford Youth Agency.
The Youth Agency is running a 6-week educational and support group for teen girls grades 9 through 12 called Don't Let Emotions Run Your Life. It will take place on Tuesday starting on February 3rd at the New Milford Youth Agency. You will be able to choose the time slot in which you would be able to attend, either from 2:30 to 4 or later in the evening from 6:30 to 8 p.m. This support group helps to teach coping skills, communication, problem solving, mindfulness, and those who attend learn new ways of managing their feelings so that they'll feel ready to be able to handle what life sends their way. For more information or to register, please contact Laura Cleary at laura@youthagency.org.
Ben's Bells is a non-profit organization dedicated to bringing communities together to celebrate and spread kindness. They are hosting a field trip for 6th through 12th graders. The event is taking place on Saturday, January 31st from 11:30 to 2 o'clock. There will be a bus waiting at the youth agency. The bus will go to Ben's Bell Studio in Newtown. Students will be creating and painting ceramic pieces to be part of the complete bells or used in school kindness programs. This is a community project, so anything the students create will not be able to bring home. This event has no cost, but please bring $5 for a hot chocolate stop and a small donation to Ben Bells. For more information and registration, please contact laura@theatin.org.
The Farmers Market at the Max is still having a great season. We will be selling our local made syrup at the market, so hurry down because the 17th is the last Farmers Market for a while. You don't want to miss out on this wonderful chance to get delicious, locally grown food.
Hello, Austin Hengel here for the Apprentice Effects Entertainment and Technology Update. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 officially desegregated the South, but discrimination was still at large in many areas, making it difficult for blacks to become registered voters. A year passes and a battleground arose in an Alabama city to fight for suffrage. Despite having violence heaved upon them, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and those who followed made an epic journey from Selma to Montgomery, catching the attention of Lyndon B. Johnson, who signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965. The film follows the very real tale of what happened all those years ago, and as it seems, the discrimination then is still around now to some degree. Portraying the real problems that have been dealt with for all this time is one of the reasons I admire the creation of this film. So, go see Selma in theaters now. In other entertainment-based news, while the Marvel's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. series is on their mid-season break, they will have a 6-week miniseries hold its place called Agent Carter, based around Steve Rogers' love interest from the first Captain America film. The series will portray her adventures and the establishment of S.H.I.E.L.D. Last of all, Captain America will make an appearance in the show as well. In a way, that is.
This week, Kirsten and I had the chance to go see the girls' basketball team face off against Joe Barlow. The New Milford girls started off great, taking a big lead going into the second half. After the half, Joe Barlow went on an 11-point streak, and all of a sudden the game was tied. Neck and neck all the way down to the end, New Milford was rallying. With some key free throw shots made by Gigi Fusco in the final minutes, New Milford ended up winning the game 32-27. Great job, girls. Keep up the hard work. Let's go over to Austin with an interview with the New Milford High School swim team.
Alright, thanks for all coming today. How's the preseason preparations look so far?
Entire team working very hard, doing a lot of workouts, a lot of swimming, and everybody's looking really good so far.
Alright, so how's your team looking for the season?
It's a lot of new kids.
It's pretty small.
Yeah.
Alright,
A lot of people, but all hard workers, so that's really good. A lot of room for improvement.
who's coming back from last year?
We got Mike's coming back from last year. I'm returning from last year. Amy's coming back. Connor Donadio's coming back. So we got a few kids returning.
Alright, how does it feel to be leaders now that you're the upperclassmen?
It's something I've been waiting for a long time, so I'm really happy I was able to step up. And so far it's been going really good. We've had a lot of success as a team, I think. Pretty much everything that you said is what I was going to say. So.
Alright, what kind of talent is coming from the underclassmen?
A surprisingly good amount of talent. Like most of the underclassmen are new to swimming and new to like the whole idea of swimming like competitively, and they got a lot of good potential this year. So
That sounds great. What are your team goals for the season?
We plan to become closer as a team.
so sending a lot of people to SWCs is also a good thing. Yep.
Who do you suspect is your biggest competition for the season?
Probably Pompera. They're like probably one of the biggest teams in the conference that we're in.
Wow. And last question is, what are your strengths and weaknesses for the year?
I'd say strengths are hardworking kids on the team. Weaknesses, team size. It's always been a problem, and something we got to work through.
About how big is the team?
About 20 kids.
22 kids right now, I believe, something like that, somewhere in there.
Well, you said that there's a lot of potential coming from the underclassmen, so I wish you best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks again for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
The train station on Railroad Street had a pretty cool model train setup that went on for 2 weeks. And we got a chance to see it in person. Check it out.
For 27 years, the New Milford Chamber of Commerce has sponsored an interactive, hands-on model train display located in New Milford's historic train station on Railroad Street. The apt timing of the holiday season, coupled with the banter of children, creates an atmosphere reminiscent of children's book The Polar Express. Here, visitors are invited actually to take the controls, starting and stopping the action and operating signals and lights of 4 layouts covering almost 100 feet of track that traverse a miniature landscape of hills, valleys, and villages. We were lucky enough to stop by this past week and speak with Adam Weaver, an avid train collector who has been helping organize and run the event for the past 25 years.
So how many years has this train show been running?
30.
30 years?
Yeah.
And how long have you personally been doing it?
25.
Do you have any other people who help you set this up, or is this all
yes.
just you?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
definitely. His name is Keith Olson. He'll be coming in later. Keith, his name is Olson. Al Burrows, he's more like, has a lot of supplies that we borrow from him. He brings down. He built the table, Fred built the table, I built the table. It's a whole new table.
Yeah, where do you store these in the off-season? Does it all
Right
come
now,
does it come apart?
Yeah.
Okay.
This comes apart in 2 pieces. That's one part. We store this in the back room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We stored it there. We used to have it at somebody's house for years. We'd build it and take it half apart, bring it down, all that. If you had snow, rain, stuff, that was a cancellation. You couldn't bring it down.
By letting the kids play with this the way you do, I mean, can they hurt it at all, or?
I had very little damage for all the years I've done it.
Really?
I see anybody drop it on purpose with it, no.
Each year, 300 to 500 people stop by to take in the action, including 5 incredible volunteers. We also spoke with Adam about how anyone interested in model trains can get involved. As of now, there are no local shops in New Milford. However, the surrounding area has numerous shops dedicated specifically to trains. Railworks is a classic model train shop located on Federal Road in Brookfield. There is also a shop further north in Kane, Connecticut called Berkshire Hills Hobby Supply. Both these shops have trains that can satisfy both beginner and lifetime collectors. Weaver also recommends a subscription to the Modern Railways magazine for anyone seriously interested in both model and real-life trains. The exhibit will be open next year, the week before and the week after Christmas.
Phones have definitely evolved since they were first introduced back in 1983. For many years, decades even, each phone had their own special charger, and when you got a new phone, the chargers weren't compatible. After going through a few phones, you'd usually end up with a drawer full of old, tangled up phone cords. When people finally realized what a hassle it all was, they vowed to stop all the madness. The regulations on charging ports began and everything got easier, but some companies didn't want to abide by this and continued making their own chargers. Every company now has the same design, a plug-in USB port on one end and a micro USB on the other. Not all are made the same though. All USB ports have 4 connections though, 2 for sharing data and 2 for charging, but the difference is how much power goes into the phone. After some time, the common external power supply regulations were set in place, highly encouraging companies to all make the same type of cord, otherwise they'd face a large fee. All companies now follow this regulation except for Apple. Have you ever noticed how their chargers are different? Well, they've done that on purpose. Although the choice to make the same charger is voluntary, the company still has to pay the fee. But as it seems, they don't care, because their customer base must be so large they make enough money to pay the fee and still make a profit.
I have another interesting question I found on the online test I took last week and caught my attention. The links will be in the description below. So here it is. Which of the following statements about the popular ADHD drug Adderall is true? A. It can make a person smarter. B. It can help a person focus even if they don't have ADHD. C. It can cause your body to need less sleep. Or D. None of the above. The correct answer is D. Lately, many students without ADHD are obtaining Adderall from friends or relatives because they think it will help improve their school performance. Well, think again. Adderall is a stimulant just like illegal amphetamines, but it does not boost the mental ability of people who don't have ADHD. Some people abuse Adderall to help them stay awake to study, but missing sleep is bad for both brain power and physical health.
So if you're a Facebook user, you may have noticed recently that the Facebook copyright notice that was circulating a few years ago is being brought back up again, and everyone feels the need to share it. Maybe you've even shared it yourself. Well, while it's all well and good that you want to keep the things that you post specifically yours, and not for copyright use, you need to know that the post you keep sharing is entirely bogus, and here's why. First off, as stated in Facebook's terms and conditions, you own all of the content and information that you post on Facebook, and you can control how it is shared through your privacy and application settings. This means that you already control who can see the things that you post. But if you've already made it public, you lose control over who can see or use them. Also, according to an interview that BuzzFeed conducted with Washington area attorney Brad Shear, when you agree to Facebook's terms of use, you provide Facebook a non-exclusive, transferable, royalty-free, worldwide license to use any content you post. You do not need to make any declarations about copyright issues since the law already protects you. The privacy declaration in the message being shared is worthless and does not mean anything. In conclusion, if you would like to keep something private, don't post it on social media. Maybe if you tell other people that the annoying post that they keep sharing is a complicated ruse, we'll stop seeing it popping up everywhere. Then again, paranoia may get the best of some and it'll stay running on Facebook forever. Who knows? As long as I've warned you that the Facebook copyright notice is a sham, I've done my job. This has been Erin Shaughnessy, and thank you for watching. See you next week on Apprentice Effects.